Zendesk Morning Show. Today we are going to be diving into the world of gaming. The video games market is set to hit $160 billion this year, according to Newzoo, the games market analytics company, which represents a 9.3% year-on-year growth. Popular titles such as Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Fortnite and Minecraft seem to be driving major spikes in data in some markets as people were urged to stay at home during COVID-19. Video games have served not only as a way to pass the time for those self-isolating, but also as a means of escapism in light of the pandemic. Today, we are going to hear from 3 companies talking about spikes, service support and learnings pre and during COVID-19. To help get us started, let's hear from the Director of Player Relations at Wargaming, Elena, and our Sales Manager for the region, Alina, on how Wargaming has adapted to the change. Welcome both Elena and Alina to the show.
Thank you, Pralini. Hello, everyone. I hope you're keeping well. My name's Alina, and I'm the Senior Sales Manager in our Central region. I'd like to introduce Elena from Wargaming, their Director of Player Relations. Hi, Elena. Welcome and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Thank you for having me on the show, Alina.
Could you tell us a bit more about Wargaming and what your role is, please?
Yes, so Wargaming is a developing and publishing game company delivering free-to-play games globally. We have more than 20 game titles, with the biggest one being World of Tanks. We focus on slow strategic games, which are historically accurate. In the company, we're 5,000 people. We are based in more than 20 locations. Myself, I'm a player relations director. I'm based in Cyprus, and I manage the localization and documentation team and the player support teams across the globe.
As a global company, what has been the greatest shift in your business due to COVID-19?
Overall, gaming has been experiencing a growth in these tough times. People are at home with their digital environments, they have time, so as a result, they play a lot of games, including our games. So it's been a bit like Christmas for us, but without planning for it. So we've seen an increase in revenue, an increase in our users, our players, most of them being returning players, and as a result, an increase in our ticket volume. So we've seen 20 to 50% increases in our tickets. They started from Italy being the first one in the lockdown, and they spread all over Europe. We closed April just now with 720,000 tickets, which is double as we usually have in a month like April. That is quieter. So you can imagine it's been a challenge for us, but a positive.
Do you leverage the Zendesk ecosystem, like partners, apps, marketplace, to enrich your customer experience?
Yes, we do. Zendesk is the main tool we use in support. And since we have it for the last 3-4 years, we've actually developed a lot of automations, widgets, and we have used a lot of them from the marketplace as well. In this way, at these tough times, our agents were able to share a lot of the work, use the light agents to actually reply to a lot of tickets, and then the ones with the full access would post them. But also we've used the open API source a lot, which we linked to our automations and our bots in order to reply to our faster.
With such a spike, what advice do you have for other global businesses in a similar situation today?
I think adjusting and being flexible. No one could foresee this, so it's new to everyone. We need to understand that people have different measures from their government. They have different sizes of houses, children, pets, so not everyone can work the same way as before. Communication is key into making this a success. A lot of one-to-ones, a lot of team meetings, using video, using voice, in order to get everyone on the same place, on the same page, and share between us.
That's great. Thank you again for speaking with us. I'm sure it has provided us all with some key learnings and valuable insight. Back to you, Pralini.
Thanks, Elena and Alina. We're now going to hear from CCP in Iceland and some of the great things they are doing with data to retain players and improve CSAT as a result. Welcome David, Senior Project Manager at CCP, and Morten, our Customer Success Manager for the region.
Thank you, Perlini. And hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. My name is Morten Josephson, and I'm responsible for customer success in the Nordics. And I'd like to introduce David Einarsson, Senior Project Manager at CCP Games. So hi, David. Lovely to speak with you again. I appreciate you taking the time out to join us on the morning show.
Thank you, Morten. The pleasure's mine.
Brilliant. So to kick things off, could you tell us briefly what CCP Games does and what you use Zendesk for?
Yes, sure. So CCP Games is a video games company based in Iceland, and we have one flagship product, which is called EVE Online. It's been around for a while. We're actually celebrating our 17th birthday today, so that's a nice coincidence. We use Zendesk for our customer service operation. We're omni-channel. We offer customer service through support through a support form on our webpage. We also have email support. We have a self-service help center, and we've recently implemented live chat support. Looking towards the future, we're currently working on implementing a chatbot. So that's a pretty exciting initiative.
That's brilliant. So I know the importance of data analysis for your company as well. So could you tell me how you rely on data to retain your players?
Absolutely. So I have a pretty recent example that might be fun to talk about a bit. So last year, CCP as an organization kicked off an initiative targeting and with the goal of improving our top funnel registration. And our contribution in the player experience team, where we leverage Zendesk, is implementing live chat directly in the registration flow and the login flow for the game. What we saw in our data after doing that was really positive. And the biggest success metric for us was the CSAT, which is between 92 to 94%. We've even had some anomaly days where we had 100% CSAT for a whole day. But what we also saw is that the volume of standard support tickets about these registration and login issues was not affected. So every contact that we got in live chat is assumed to have otherwise been lost if we weren't doing it. We think that these are users that aren't invested enough in our product to contact support if it's not right there where they need us. So it's been very valuable to our business to implement that.
Great. And I know security and compliance is also very important for you, and you said this. Could you explain a bit more about
Absolutely. This? So as everybody with an operation in Europe knows, GDPR is now a thing. And when GDPR became a thing a couple of years ago, we were faced with the challenge of making sure that we're compliant, and Zendesk has helped us quite a lot with that. What we ended up doing is we set up a system of triggers and automations to ensure that only people that within CCP that need to see the GDPR requests actually see them, and B, to ensure that they never slip through the cracks. So basically, every time that in a GDPR request lifecycle where it's getting close to failing on the 30-day requirement, we make sure that it comes back from sleep, and an agent on our side reviews it manually and makes sure that we are compliant at all times.
Great. So some good advice here using Zendesk for GDPR compliance and also a chat for improving the player funnel. So that leads me to the final question. Any advice for the gaming customers on the importance of customer? In your case, it's player experience within the industry.
Yeah, I hope I can share some insights. So I'd say that first of all, it's super important to have open, honest, and personalized communication. This is to make sure that the players feel valued and that they feel that you really care about their issues. And second, time is really important. What we do is that we triage what we think are time-sensitive issues, while other issues are handled quickly, but not on the same cadence. Don't stick too closely to the first in, first out approach. That's my advice. To maybe put it in practical terms, for a gamer, not being able to play over a weekend may be much more important to them than, say, getting a refund request resolved, which they're probably fine waiting for to happen on Monday.
Great, David. That's really good advice. You've definitely given us some food for thought here. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Likewise. Thank you very much for having me, Morten.
No problem. And back to you, Praline.
Thanks, David and Morten, and congrats, David, on the anniversary. We're now going to hear from Leif Terries, Head of Customer Service at Betano, a gaming company operating in Germany, Portugal and Romania. Leif Terries will talk about the importance of an omni-channel approach and how they are using the channel important to their gamers, including live chat and WhatsApp, amongst other channels. He'll be interviewed by Joan, our sales AE in the region. Before we do, let's watch a quick snippet of the White Hat Gaming video and see a visual representation of how Zendesk is helping White Hat Gaming with their omni-channel approach.
For me personally, customer experience means everything. It's the customer is always the center of the company, and we need to get them proper service. Customer journey needs to be seamless, that they can contact us through any channels, and then we can integrate different systems to it, and there just wasn't any other product outside Zendesk. We are using Zendesk Support, Chat, Talk and Explore. The best part of the Zendesk was how simple it is, how easy it is to maintain, and how logical the structure is to develop and implement. I like that you provide the simple configuration methods, then you can choose your own options and fully customize it then. I wouldn't go back to any other product. It is really a seamless experience for the players and even for the agents.
Good morning, everyone. I'm John Neves, Senior Sales Executive at Zendesk, and I'm joined today by Leif Terries, Head of Customer Service at Betano. Welcome, Leif Terries. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks for having me on the show, John.
It would be great if you could tell us more about the company and your role.
So yes, I have been working with Stichiman since the early days when we only operated with this brand in Greece and Cyprus. Currently, we operate in another 3 countries with the Betano brand. We are in Germany, Portugal, and Romania. We have scaled the last years from a small team to over 100 people at customer support. I think the key decision there was to keep our customer support in-house and not outsource it. We consider customer service to be a differentiator in the industry. So that was a bold decision and a significant investment back then. And it proves, of course, that we put customer at the core of everything we do.
And in the gaming industry, why is it so important to offer a multi-channel support?
Well, John, you cannot bring customers where you are. You need to be where they are. And in that sense, we try to offer as many communication options as possible for our customers. We currently get like 65% of our traffic in live chat and chat applications. We offer channels like Viber, Messenger, WhatsApp. These are widely used daily from everyone to communicate with friends and family. Why not use them to communicate with your favorite brand? Another very important thing is that we can also offer fast and accurate answers through these channels at scale while we keep customers' activity integrated, which is really important. So we trust that these are the channels of the future for the industry. Of course, having multiple options for contact without having an omni-channel approach is not an option for us. We want to know when the customer is communicating, why they're communicating, and through which channel. We generally need the communication to flow seamlessly through different channels in order to offer the maximum experience to our customers.
And how do you see data as a key factor to help you determine your CX strategy?
Well, we use customer insights for a number of reasons. One really important is through multiple reports, to try to understand when we're going to get most traffic, around which event, which hour of day of the month, in order to be able to schedule our staffing correctly to address all these requests. Another thing, we use Zendesk omni-channel design with the extra features in order to reduce escalation. So we have a first contact resolution rate of around 95%, which is really important for the customer experience. And also having a customer-centric approach. We use customer insights with feedback to enhance our products and services. And all this has resulted in raising our customer satisfaction around 8%.
And finally, what advice you have for other gaming companies on the importance of investing in customer experience?
So first and really important is the customers, especially in the times we live in. We have a very solid RG procedure in place. We have highly specialized and trained agents that can evaluate and assess and can support customers that may show problematic behaviors. On top of that, we have built an in-house early detection system based on AI in order to help these agents perform at maximum. And then offering multiple channels for contact, but having an omni-channel approach, and then having a really 360-degree view of the customer, result in personalized, consistent, and frictionless experiences.
So thank you very much for sharing with us your experience, Lefteris, and I will hand over back to Perlini.
Thank you to all our guests today for sharing your stories. Join us next week for our Series 1 finale as we hear from both Zendesk executives and customer leaders on what does the future look like for their roles and the industries in the new world we're living in. Thank you for joining us today, and always join us next week for our series finale. Take care.